Okay, so you should have been working on, you should have, here's part one. Okay, and here's the 10-year, right? And then expand on this, okay? Which exchange you think is going to outperform? Okay, and then we looked at, you should have picked stock. We should list the sectors where they're listed on. Okay, make sure that all your US companies, and I'm going to have to go back and do this too, make sure that they have the, this is the priced in US. Priced in US as well. So make sure you convert these to Canadian. Okay, so the next part is part 3. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to D2L. Again, course home. You notice we have a new calendar. We have part 3, evaluating stock. And I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it and I'm going to copy and paste it. Okay, because you should have part 1 done, part 2 done. Here's part 4. You might only get part 3 done today, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So I copied that. I come back here. I'm going to paste it in. Okay, so what I'm going to use Yahoo Finance. Okay, here comes Yahoo Finance. I'm going to come back to here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ticker symbols and I'm going to copy and paste them into my other chart. If I just select them, right click, copy, scroll down to here, right click, and I'm going to paste it as overriding cells. Go back and just make sure I start with TD. That's where I want to start first. Okay, so trailing PE, this is a historical price to earnings ratio. And we're going to find all of these. These are ratios that I chose. Get rid of this part 3 as well. And I'm just going to go back and I'm just going to list everything. On Yahoo Finance, I know the ticker symbol is TD. Okay, so I've looked at the price. Okay, so price to earnings ratio here is 1252. So I'll just list that there, 1252. The profit margin. Okay, so, just before I start, what you want to do, sometimes you can find some of these stats on here. Another great place to find these stats is under statistics. These ratios, these financial ratios under statistics here. Okay, so here's my trailing PE. It's actually 13.8. 13.18. So just note that you just type in, I just typed in TD and I clicked on statistics here. In statistics, you'll find all this information here. Here's my trailing price to earnings ratio. Then I'll look at my profit margin next. Here's my profit margin at 33.13, 33.31%, and then my debt to equity ratio. Okay. All right, so it is, okay, debt to equity ratio is not available. So I just put NA. I don't know how it's not available. Current ratio is not available either. Okay. Annual, trailing annual dividend yield. Great. Change this a little bit. So I would put for trailing yield. Okay, so I'd use this figure here, 3.97%. Okay, and you just continue with, then the next thing I would do is I just type in CM is CIBC. I'd put .to. Okay. And then it just, again, I'll just go through it, and I'd list my trailing PE 10.20 and continue on with this chart and just kind of taking a look at it. After you're done that, again, what I'm going to do, copy, and I'm going to paste, okay? It should work right now, is I'm going to go to barchart.com. Okay, and in bar chart, what you're going to do, I'm just going to type in TD. Again, I'm going to put that .to. Okay, and it comes up right away. I'm just going to close all these things. The next thing I want to do is I'm just going to click on bar chart opinion here. Okay, once I click on bar chart opinion, okay, it's going to give me, so it says overall average 100% buy. So I'm just going to go back to, okay, so my overall is 100%. Okay, but I'm also going to look at the short, the medium term, and the long term. Okay, so here's my short term, 100% buy. Okay, I'm going to look at my medium term, 100% buy. Sorry, medium term, and I'll look at my long term, 100% buy. Okay, then the next one I want to look at is CIBC, and I know it's CM. I'm going to make sure I'm going to put that .co in there. Okay, so it's going to say overall 100% buy. Okay, short term. Okay, so they're all 100% buys. Okay, and it will, like if I put in Pfizer, PFE, okay, so here's just to show you something different. Overall 50%, 56% buy. Notice short term is 50% buy, 50% buy, long term is 100% buy. So you will get different answers for different stocks. Okay, so just after you complete that, just answer these reflection questions. So again, you're picking the 4 stocks, 1 from each of the sectors you look at. Okay, so and then you're going to write about what factors went in your decision. Was it financial analysis, technical analysis, your overall feel for the brand? Okay, write about those things. Look back to the PowerPoint. What we discussed. Is currency a factor when you're investing in Canada or abroad? Okay. Why do some people choose? And the last question is, why do people choose to invest in ETFs and mutual funds instead of individual stocks? Okay, and you want to think about risk and diversification for that. Okay, so you guys can continue on for part 3 and part 4.